And in boxing, it is no longer in doubt that Oleksandr Usyk, the man from Ukraine, is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He's won 3 times consecutively now in the category, but he's been heavyweight champion 5 times. Mike, at the Wembley Stadium at the weekend, 90,000 fans were gathered to see Usyk beat homeboy Daniel Dubois with a lot of signature footworks, jabs, and of course precision counter that sent the man knocked out in the 5th round.
You see, for Oleksandr Usyk, the only question in the lips of so many boxing followers is who is that man that can challenge Oleksandr Usyk? And I have not seen from the way it's looking like, he's been able to, show his skills and speed once more. Whenever he jabs, he's very timely and very accurate, and his footwork is another thing that you can't take away from him. Daniel Dubois tried his best to try and see if he can catch him up with some of those jabs and blows, but then his footworks actually were so deceptive that Daniel Dubois could not cope with it. And when he attacks, he's very precise and very accurate, and so I think the man has just written his name in the annal of history. Olympic champion, cruiserweight champion, heavyweight champion, and of course the first in the very, very long time, about 25 years ago, to unify all the belts. He's done this repeatedly, twice world champion. And he's been able to tame down some of the big names in the world of sport. Take a look at the way he actually rubbished the British boxer, because I call it rubbish because he took Anthony Joshua to the cleaner twice, took Tyson Fury to the cleaner twice. Now he has taken Daniel Dubois, another British boxer, twice to the cleaner. So I think the man stands tall. There's nobody that could, challenge him at this point in time. Some have asked, does it mean that we don't have a really serious contender in this era when you talk about the big heavyweights compared to the 60s, 70s, and 80s, when you have the likes of Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, to name but a few? And for me, it's not about the era, it's about what this man has been able to do. From all different levels in the heavyweight division, he's been able to tame them down and still stand tall. He did not just do this once, he replicated this feat, not just against one boxer, but against a different boxer. So I think the man, just like he stated, even after his victory, when he was asked about his age, he said that he's just beginning. At 38, the man is still showing some level of speed and skills, agility, and I think it is undoubtedly he is the #1 man, and he continued to reign supreme. Talking about the Ukrainian big one, you see that left-hand hook that dropped Daniel Dubois down in the 5th round, that he couldn't be able to stand the fight. I think for me, the man is just on a world of his own.
Daniel Dubois, the man from England, beaten there on home soil, and this is his 23rd fight. He's lost 3 times, and of course he's been able to win 21 of his fight by knockout, but he's been knocked out now in the 5th round by one man who continues to dominate. We've seen him now, beat of these fighters. We saw him against Anthony Joshua. He's beating Anthony Joshua. He's beating what's the name of the other boxer now?
Usyk.
Usyk, and not Usyk. I'm talking about his opponent that he defeated.
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury twice. He's beating Usyk, Daniel Dubois twice, and Joshua as well. Where does he go now? We're talking about his next fight. Where will it be? Dubois coming back to have a shot at him again, or I think he has another fighter. I can't remember the name of the boxer now. Joseph Parker could be next in before the end of the year.
I think for all of the names mentioned, I do not see them challenging once again, because I think he's done and dusted with them in terms of his business. The likes of Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Daniel Dubois, there's nothing more to prove. For Joseph Parker, he's the interim WBO holder as we speak, and I think maybe this might be his next option. Then you talk about another young rising star, Ituema, who is also making a very big step. Let's hope that he could.
Yeah, we understand he could have another trilogy fight this time, a third one against his opponent, talking about Tyson Fury, in April next year. But before then, I think he has Joseph Parker to contend with later this year. But he is saying that he just has one more fight before going back to retirement. You know him; he will go and come, go and come, go and come. Maybe he has to do with the money. He's earned as much as 132 million US dollars for this fight that took place at the weekend. 5 rounds, 132 million US dollars.
First, I think Oleksandr Usyk is a man that thinks very fast. All right. The reason why he had to relinquish the IBF belt to Daniel Dubois is to also make sure that he reclaims it back. All right. When he was ordered to release one of the belts before that unification.
The belt he released, which is the International Boxing Association belt, was taken after he released it. Was taken by this Daniel Dubois,
yes,
and he has beaten him now to get it back. So now he has all 4 belts, yes, to him, the WBO, the WBC, and of course the IBF, and now IBO belt. All 4 belts, with the man. He released and he gets it back. And you ask, what next? All 4 belts are with him, but then he has this trilogy fight for next year. And of course, Parker, like you mentioned, maybe later this year.
Yeah, I think he will be preferring to go for Parker because Parker, like I said,
like I told you, he said he wants just one more fight before going back to retirement.
Yeah, and of course, he's beating Tyson Fury twice. There will be no need for that trilogy fight. I think what he should be looking up is for Joseph Parker, who holds the interim WBO belt as we speak. So I think that would be very sufficing to him. Like I said earlier, he thinks very smart. He had to deliberately, let go of that IBF belt against Daniel Dubois to make sure that he reclaims it back. In fact, his promoter spoke of that, shortly after his victory, how intelligent, Usyk is, not just on the ring, but off the ring as well, to think, smart and see how to, gather and unify all these belts. So I think for me, possibly the next big thing for him is to take up Joseph Parker.
The man, Oleksandr Usyk from Ukraine, between 2016 and 2018, he was dominant at the cruiserweight. Nobody could beat him, and he moved up to heavyweight. Now he's made 5 defenses of his title in the heavyweight category, and I'm sure, I think Linus Louis was the last person to hold undisputed title in the. I think that was in the 3-belt category. Now yes, we have someone who is very dominant in the 4-belt era. Oleksandr Usyk, congratulations to him, and this is his 24th fight. He's not lost any fight at all, and he's won 15 by knockout. He's still under 40.
Very unblemished record for the man. I think, like I said earlier, the big question is who can stop this man, because he seems to be a moving train, very unstoppable. Moving
train, very unstoppable, and very rich as well. And of course, he's dedicated to fight most of his people back home in Ukraine. After, of course, what is going on between Russia and Ukraine. But he continues to identify with people, especially with the limelight of boxing at the heavyweight category. Who can stop Oleksandr Usyk? Only himself, if you ask me, because he continues to dominate from cruiserweight category and now to the heavyweight category. Time for us, yeah.